I've been on FMLA leave for a week now, and I want to talk about what's been going on for the past week. If I can sum up what this past week has been, it would be depression is a bitch. I've had depression along with an anxiety disorder for the past, ooh, 5, 6, maybe even 7 years now. I'm not sure because I didn't get into therapy right away when I started showing signs. I waited. I waited a little bit too long before seeking help. So the exact amount of time that I've been dealing with this disorder is kind of fuzzy, but I've been getting treatment for it for the past 5 years at least. One of the reasons for me taking FMLA is because I have depressive episodes. But while working at my current job, I haven't been able to do my normal coping skills and like being able to process everything like I have before. And instead, I've just been pushing through those depressive episodes, not feeling what I need to feel, not actually like sitting back and like, oh, okay, what's wrong? What's going on? And listening to myself. I've just been pushing through, continuing to work and just give my all away to other people instead of paying attention to myself. So with this week of me not working, that depression has slowly decided to creep out and show itself. This past Saturday, I was driving and I just all of a sudden just started crying out of nowhere. There was nothing that sparked it. I was just driving to the store and had a crying session in the car. And ever since then, I've just been having random crying spells. Yesterday, when I was in the shower, I cried. Um, I cried right before making this video, and there was nothing that sparked it. It's just, I've been feeling this heaviness and this impending sadness. I want to run from it. I want to try to find things to do to not think about it, not, you know, pay attention to it. But I told my therapist and myself that whenever I do feel like this, I will sit with it and actually feel what I need to feel. But it's hard because the heaviness is not going away. Like it's there. So I constantly feel like crying. I constantly feel like sad. Like there's this cloud over my head and nothing I do helps. I haven't been wanting to do what I normally do. I've been forcing myself to get outside because um I'm not a big outdoorsy person. Like I'm not finna go camping or no shit like that. No, that's not, I don't like doing it. But just being outside, feeling sunlight, that helps me. So I force myself to get outside every day. But that helps for a little bit, but then it comes back. The sadness comes back. I've been trying to get back into video gaming. But I noticed after about 30 minutes, I don't want to do that anymore. I've been trying to listen to audiobooks, and I can do that for a good hour before I'm just like, I don't want to listen to this anymore. And I'm noticing that with everything that I've been doing. And even when I just, try to relax and just sit there and do nothing, I feel bad because I'm like, I haven't done anything. Like, I'm just here. So it feels like regardless of what I do or what I try to do, nothing helps. I know it's just part of the process. I don't have any suicidal ideation or anything like that. Well, let me take that back. My baseline is having passive suicidal ideation. So sometimes when I'm stressed or like when I just have bad days, I do have thoughts that cross my mind. Passive suicidal ideation, like, oh, if I were to walk out in the street and get hit by a car, that would be fine. I'm not doing it to myself. Somebody else is causing my unaliving. Um, yeah, that's my baseline. But I know damn well I'm not about to go on the street and get hit by a car. That's not what I want. Any of these other scenarios, that's not what I want. That's just my mind trying to find a form of escapism. And that's just the way that it comes out. But I haven't had any active suicidal ideations in past 5, 6 years. Now, there was a time about a year ago where I was strongly considering checking myself into mental treatment center, inpatient, but I was able to like work my way through that depressive episode and fortunately didn't escalate to that level. But I know if I need to go, I will go. But at this point, it's not there. It's just me finally dealing with everything that I've been putting on the back burner for the past 6 plus months. So, yeah, I did have one therapy session this past week, and I talked to my therapist about everything I'm talking to y'all about. And then I met with a whole health coach this morning, and we talked about some things that I can do. And she was strongly pushing yoga, and I was just like, bitch, I don't want to do yoga. That's not. That's just not something I want to do. I've tried in the past. I've lost interest really quick and it didn't work out. So she just told me to just try to come to the next session later this week. And I told her I will try. So it's virtual. So I just click a link on my laptop and I get to practice in my own home. But I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I've also been thinking, and I feel super isolated. Like, I don't really have friends here in Wisconsin. I have a few friends in Illinois, but they still live too far to the point where we can't really hang out, do anything without planning, like, way ahead in advance. And then I do have friends back home, but yeah, most of my family is still in Louisiana and Texas, and I don't have any family here. And it's been kind of hard for me because I just think about it and I'm like, well, I would like to have a day where I could just go to my dad's house for a few hours or go spend some time with my mom or, you know, see my aunts and my uncles. And I can't do that because I'm like 15 hours away. And CJ doesn't really have any family back home, so he doesn't really care. He doesn't like it up here either, but he prefers to be up here, especially, for work, which I get. But I'm also like, I still have family there, and I would like to spend more time with them. Going home once a year is not enough anymore. And I do feel like that's a contributing factor in my mental health because I'm, other than with CJ, I'm dealing with this by myself on a daily basis. I'm like trying to process everything by myself. And I feel like if I had family around, that's more social support. So when I am having bad days, I can go spend time with family and it may not, like perk me up immediately, but I'm not dealing with everything on my own, if that makes sense. And being a social worker, like I know this, having social support and a sense of community is vital to having a healthy mental health. And I seriously do not have that. I have no social supports outside of my therapist and my husband. Well, of course, I get to talk to my family over the phone, but as far as physically being able to, you know, spend time with, touch, hug, all that stuff, yeah. Also, I'm not hugging my therapist, but yeah, it's just CJ. So, yeah, this week has been challenging, but I'm going to continue to push through and see what else comes to the surface. Yeah, that's how my first week of FLMA went. Y'all, mental health is no joke, okay? Another thing I want to say is nobody from my job has been in contact with me since I have not been there. And that speaks volumes. There has not been a, hey, I hope you're doing okay. You know, we understand this job is difficult, it's hard, but you have our full support when you do get back. Nothing. Nothing. I believe that's really like drove it home like, yeah, you don't have friends at work. Not that I was looking for friends, but typically you have like one or two people at work that you get close to. But now I'm realizing it's just because we work at the same place. It's not because, there's a genuine connection there. I hate to leave y'all on a sad note, but don't be sad. Don't be upset. I'm just vlogging my experiences in case there's somebody else that is going through the same thing and just needs somebody to relate to. Life is hard. Taking time for yourself is hard. And I'm really proud of myself for actually putting my foot down and being like, hey, I need to take time away from this job because it's sucked the soul out of my body and I'm trying to get me back. So I know it fully didn't take me away. Like I'm still me. I'm still, you know, nothing's ever gonna change that. But that job has just, let's just say I can see why certain social workers appear to be bitter and hate their lives and all the negativity because the job I'm at now, if you do it for long enough, yeah, I can see anybody getting to that point. I will let y'all know how this next week goes. I will see y'all next time.